Hey everybody, welcome in. My name is Jackie Pierce and I am your instructor this semester for ENC 1101. Each week we will start with a video much like this. I like to call them weekly walkthrough videos, and essentially that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to talk about what is happening during this particular week. Our weeks start on Monday and end on the Sunday night in the online class world, other than the very last week, which has a little bit of a different schedule. But if you make an effort and make a point to watch the video each week, it will get you on the right track and keep you on the right track throughout the semester. Everything that you need to succeed in ENC 1101 is built into our Canvas course. This is a fully online class. We do not have any synchronous meetings, but do know that I'm available if you need help. I do work for Valencia full-time, and I am housed on the Lake Nona campus. I'm in office Tuesday and Wednesday and remote the rest of the week. So you can always reach out to me via Canvas and get answers to anything that you need help with. And we can always meet on Zoom if we need to have a conference or whatever. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening in the very first week of the semester. When you come in to Canvas, you will be on the home page, which is where we are right now. And I've got the student view turned on so that it should look much like you will see it in terms of like what's over here on the left-hand column and all that good stuff. The home page, of course, has all the basic information about the course, as well as my old introduction and the semester at a glance. So one of the things that I really invite you to do is to get and stay organized. You have the due dates in advance of everything that's going to be due throughout the entire semester, and you have access to pretty much everything that's already in the course throughout the semester. The way Canvas courses are organized is in what we call modules. So when you typically come in to the course, you won't really need this homepage much. So there's a link to the modules here. And of course, you can also click over here on modules. One of the things you're going to want to do this particular week is to focus on the syllabus and getting to know the course. The simple syllabus link is the one directly below the homepage. So you'll want to read up on all of that stuff as well as look over the starting materials in module number 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at the module list, and you will see how they are organized. Each week we have a set of information for you. And aside from the first week, it is going to be just one page. So in week 2, this is where we'll start with our learning materials. But you'll notice, of course, in week 1, we have kind of the start here module. So there's a lot of different things that you'll kind of scroll through. Each one of these is its own page in Canvas. To view it, all, of course, you have to do is click on it. And then you can go through step by step through each of them by clicking on the next button, or of course, you can always go back to the modules. So one of your main source or main techniques or I don't know, checklist things that you need to do this week is to go through all of the learning materials in week 1. Next week, of course, you will then have individual pages for each of the weeks, and it will have your linked assignments to read and to view. Sometimes there'll be reading assignments, sometimes there'll be video assignments. Most of the time, there will be both. So next week, you'll read modules 1 and 2 in our online textbook. All of the materials are fully online and are linked here for you. And then, of course, there are some videos to follow up as well. In the modules, then you will also see the required grading thing. So graded assignments is what they're typically called. For the first week, they're called required attendance activities because in an online class, that is how you get credit for attending the first week of class. So you definitely need to look at and do both of these for week 1. They're due August 24th. The work is always due on Sunday night, except for, like I said, the very last week. And you can see all the due dates. They are right there handy in the modules. Okay. So take a look, go through, see what you have questions about, and feel free to reach out to me. On the discussions, you will notice that we do have a Q&A discussion board. We typically do not do graded discussions in ENC 1101 because it's a writing intensive course and you're going to be doing enough writing. So you'll have the Q&A discussion that you always have access to. And of course, this week, one of the assignments is the Getting to Know You discussion board. For Q&A, keep in mind, the Q&A discussion board is public for the course. So anybody who's enrolled in the course is going to see questions that you post there. So only use it if it's a question that is public in nature. If you have a question about your individual performance or you have a question about a grade, you need to send me a private message in inbox. Now, it comes to my email. If I send you a message in inbox, it also goes to your Valencia student email. Please make a choice early and often to check your student email. I know it can be a pain, but it is really important. Now, I will communicate through the inbox with you most of the time. So you may see little numbers here that say you have a new message. You also will check that. They do also get sent to your email. So if you only want to check one place, checking the email is the best. But keep in mind that your instructors typically will use inbox because it's considered quote unquote secure communication. In order to post on a discussion board, I'm going to open the Getting to Know You one. So, because this is one that you'll do for an actual assignment, you're going to click on the reply button and you will notice there's all kinds of editing things that you can do here, including creating a video. You can include pictures, you can include links, you can upload documents, you can change the font if you want. There's all kinds of fun stuff that you can do to make this your own. I do really want you to either post a picture or a video for this first and only real discussion board. Because in an online class, it's really important that we all get to see each other. And that's kind of the only place that we will do it. We've got some information on how to do that. This is where you would post a picture. This is where you can create a video. You also can use what's called Kaltura, which is this little starburst here, to create videos as well. So lots of good possibilities there. Once you've done that, you'll hit submit and you can also then reply to each other. Although again, because this is not a graded assignment, if you do or don't, it's fine. It'll be fine. So like I said, if you've got any questions this week, utilize the Q&A discussion board. You won't have any grades yet, so I know it can't be something super personal. But if you have something private you want to tell me, like I'm going to be out of town this week or whatever, inbox me. Okay. That is the best way to get in touch with me in a private sort of way. I'll be back in a week to go over the first set of non-getting started materials in week 2, but you do have the ability to look ahead. So feel free to explore the whole course this week. And again, leave any questions that you might have. I'm happy to help you with. And I will see you next Monday. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you over on the Getting to Know You board and to working with you for the next 16 weeks. Everybody take care. Have a great week 1.